Welcome back. Are those horrible graphics on cigarette packages, the ones that are coming out soon, going to scare the bejeebers out of you, make you go straight, make you give up smoking? We're joined today by Lorrie Goldstein, Senior Associate Editor at Sun Media, who hates the nanny state stepping in, especially when they're two-faced about it. Thanks for being here, Lorrie.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
And you think they're two-faced. Here they are taxing the hell out of these cigarettes. And
it's appalling. First, I want to say that there are going to be Canadians featured on these boxes, 75% of the box, with very scary messages, including a woman who I believe died at 40 or 42 years of age. And I know her widow and her daughter feel very strongly. Nothing I'm saying is meant to criticize them. I understand the sincerity. My father died of lung cancer from smoking. I know how horrible it is. And I know they want to do the right thing. But on this issue, first of all, if you make something horrific, if you make it like a horror movie, well, who goes to horror movies? Kids, especially young males.
Yep.
And young kids think they're invulnerable. So they're going to think this sort of stuff is cool. That's number one. Number two, more important, government hypocrisy. If you are saying that cigarettes are so evil that this is what they do, they cut people's lives in half, they suffer horribly before they die, those people cost the health system an enormous amount of money. If that's your argument, and now 3/4 of the package is going to be what I basically call tobacco porn. It's these increasingly horrible images. Then why don't you be consistent and ban it? And if that's what you're going to do, I don't agree that that's what you're going to do, ban it and give up the billions of dollars of tax revenue you take.
Well, there's the rub, isn't it? It's the billions of dollars in tax revenue.
Of course.
And you're right about kids. I recall when the first graphic pictures came out many years ago, and I was a smoker until recently. And I am still recovering from it, but addicted now to lozenges, the Nicorette lozenges. But I remember being in an airport in New York at duty free, and they were buying up Canadian cigarettes like they were like animal crackers because the kids wanted to take them back to Colorado or wherever they were coming from to show their pals these neat and disgusting looking packages. Yeah. They loved it.
I had a friend who came back, I think it was from France. There was a skull and crossbones on the cigarette, and it was a talking item, and it certainly didn't stop them from smoking. There's another issue too here. This to me is so politically correct. It's always approved by the medical establishment and all that. Oh, isn't this wonderful? But look what we're doing. We're talking about an addiction. We're talking about a disease. People who smoke are not evil people. They are not bad people. They are addicted people. And yet what we do is we tell them, as if all of us were idiots, that smoking's dangerous for you. Yes, it's dangerous. Don't smoke. If you're a kid, for God's sakes, don't go through what my father did when he died. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. But having said that, this isn't the answer. Why is so little money being spent on helping these people? For heaven's sakes, if we can give methadone to heroin addicts, maybe we could give cheaper, like patches to people. And where are all the programs to help people get off? The people who look at that and go, my God, my little daughter there, I want to live to see her graduate. I want to live to see her married. I want to live to be a grandfather, but I'm addicted to this stuff. What do I do? Well, where are the programs to help them?
Exactly right. I've been off of smokes now for 6 months, 29 days, and 17 hours or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But who's keeping track? It is the toughest thing I've ever do. Yeah. But the cost of the patch and the cost of the lozenges was more than the cost of a pack of cigarettes. Yeah. Unless, of course, I went to the reserve on my way home and stopped and bought 8 packs of cigarettes for $30 rather than opposed to paying $100 for the same number of cigarettes.
Well, look, then there's the second half of the political
Absolutely
correctness.
Right.
Illegal smokes being sold illegally to non-natives on reserves. And you know, Mark, you've written long, well, and passionately about native problems. And you know better than I do, certainly, the destructiveness of those kinds of businesses and the criminal element and the smuggling.
Well, absolutely. And right now...
And it hurts the decent people on the reserves.
And 60% of the smokes in Ontario right now, they say, are coming off reserves.
Yeah, but nobody wants to tackle that.
Well, that's the taxation on the cigarettes, too. So what do you do?
Well, the first thing you would do is, if there's an illegal trade, you stop it. Also, you don't tax the heck out of the product. When you tax the legal product and it gets too expensive, that's when people go for the illegal product. But the biggest thing to me is, look, we get it. Cigarettes are bad for your health. Fine. Now what are you going to do? Are you going to be consistent? Are you going to clean up the illegal smoking? It's really, in a way that you have to say, it's sit or get off the pot. If you're saying that this is so bad, it's dangerous, it's as worse as a gun, then ban it. I don't think that's the way to go. I think the way to go is education and help.
Yeah, and the help is helping with, a doctor's prescription, you get the patches for free.
And use that tax money to help addicts. Come on. Yeah. They're the ones paying it. But, like, stop taking the money and throwing it away. We'll say it politely on all the nonsense they throw it on. These taxes are being paid by people who smoke. Fine. Take a good portion of that money and give them real practical programs so that when they phone the government number, it's not just a lot of tea and sympathy. It's no, look, here you can go. Here's the program. We can start you in on Tuesday. We're going to help you get off this. We're going to help you with AIDS to get off it. We're really going to help you get off this product.
I still think, though, there's going to be a lot of pushback on these ads because I've already got emails from readers saying, that I don't like this kind of cancer being pushed in my face.
Of course.
I don't want it. I have my husband died of cancer.
Of course.
You talk about your father dying. It's an ugly way to go.
No, of course.
And these ads are just making more bad memories come to the surface again.
Well, and what is the point? Who doesn't know that cigarettes are bad for you? Why do you keep kicking this issue? And again, I'm not criticizing the families who've agreed to be part of it. I understand they're well-intentioned, and I feel for them. I'm sure look, all of us have had experiences with people who died from lung cancer or heart attacks. That's not the issue. It's when government exploits an issue cynically and manipulatively, and all the time they're sitting there reaching into our pockets saying, "Oh, aren't we good? Look at this picture we put on the." Come on, stop the hypocrisy. Sit or get off the pot.
Yeah, but I don't think, I wouldn't want my picture on a cigarette package if I was dying. That was their decision.
Different people have different approaches.
Yeah, and I just think that it's too much to go that way.
It's wrong, and it's hypocrisy, and it ought to stop.
There's the taxes on this, about a pack of cigarettes right now. It's phenomenal. Much more, almost twice as much as it is on a liter of gasoline.
Yeah, exactly. And that contributes to the illegal problem. When it's supply and demand, when you tax a legal product to the nth degree, people are going to look for a way out. We've had this whole cycle go on and on. They raise taxes, they lower taxes, they raise them again. And when it gets to a certain price point, people go, the heck with this. I'm getting my smokes from a smoke shack. Yeah. And that's, of course, that's the Wild West. Then all of the, but and the other course of problem is forbidden fruit. They're driving this at young people. They're driving it at women and those kind of things. And it's just this game. It just goes on and on. Instead of being honest, look, it's a legal product. We're warning you people, don't do it. If you want to get off it, here's how you get off it. And you know what? We're going to take some of this money that these people are spending, and we're going to help people get off it. But stop with the tobacco porn. It's obscene.
The easiest way to stop smoking is to make winter 12 months a year. So you got to stand out at 40 below zero to have your 3 puffs. And
and the other thing is, people in hospital have it. Do we really have to have 6 people outside the hospital freezing to death while they're smoking? What are people thinking?
Thank you, Lorrie Goldstein, very much.